What up, farm? How you going? So today, even though it's mid-August, we are going sowing. We're going to be sowing our Lucerne today, or not all of it. We're going to be sowing some of it. So we've got it loaded on the back. We're going to go down to Mum and Dad's. We've got to inoculate it. Then we'll have to calibrate the seeder. Then we'll have to load up with spray and go and spray the paddock, and then we'll be able to get sowing. So anyway, let's go for, don't know what I was saying there. Anyway, let's go and get it. So we made it down to Mum and Dad's. We've got the cement mixer out. We got the seed on the back of the ute. The inoculant stuff is all here. And what we do, we put some of this on and we put some lime on and put the seed, some of the seed in the cement mixer, and it coats the seed and it makes it all grow better. You see this seed, some leftover stuff that's in there, it's all got that coating on it. That makes it grow really good. Alright, so we put some of that black inoculant into the cement mixer, and now we're going to put some lime in there. Just always be very, very careful putting your hand into a cement mixer, because it can go very, very, very wrong very quickly. So it's all mixed up now, you see it, and we're going to tip it into this bag. Yeah. Alright, it's all inoculated and ready to go. We're just going to go and put some fertiliser in the truck, then we'll be on to the next thing. Alright, so we put some fertiliser on the truck. It's hard work because it's stuck in the bin. Now I'm going to duck in the manhole cover and show you something. Now I'm being safe because this is far enough away, but see how all of this fertiliser is hung up in one clump here? This is why you should never enter a fertiliser bin without due caution. Oh, might just, I don't know. It'll probably be alright. Because you can imagine if you hopped in the top hole and you were standing down the bottom there, and then all of that slab came down, you would just be trapped there. And this is how people get killed in grain bins. Oh, she's falling down now. So, yes. This is a message from our farm to you. Be very, very careful in bins, around bins, because it is quite dangerous, or can be quite dangerous. Right, now we're going to get the tractor, which is through there, and put it on the air seeder, which is back there. Also, since the last time you saw us using this tractor, we had the main centre bearing, this one here, fail. Or, yeah, I guess it failed. And there was grease coming out there and Anyway, the boys from Wick and Flower came out and fixed it. Shout out to Josh, thanks for that. And yeah, she's going good, but we've got to keep it under 16 k's an hour. So it was very, very long drive home from out north for Dad. Dad did it, I didn't. Yes, but anyway, it's done. So we had to keep it under 16 k's an hour for the first 6 hours of operation. So we're nearly through it, but anyway, because we had that tractor on the other bar and box, we had to get some fittings off of this bar and box to make it all work. So now I've got to put these back on. Now I'm going to fill up the sprayer with water and chemical. Dad's going to go and fill up the air seeder. Here we go, we're into it. Spraying some Treflan on the, what is the date? It's the 18th of August and we're spraying a pre-emergent. Can't say I've ever done this before, but anyway, loosening goes better when the soil temperatures are warmer, and being later, less weeds will grow or germinate in it, which will give us the best chance of having a good lucerne stand survive. So we just got to hope for good rain in the rest of the spring, and yeah, should turn out to be a really good paddock, hopefully. So what we're spraying here is some Treflan. That's what is the orange colour or yellow colour, whichever. And that's a pre-emerging chemical. It will stop any weeds coming up, or stop some weeds coming up. And there's also some gramoxone in there. Now what the gramoxone will do, it's a weed killer. You might remember a couple of videos ago, I was spraying knockdowns. Well, this is it. It's died quite well. And even though we gave it a good hit with the Roundup, there is still some green things left there, just because there was so much. Often you can't get it all. So the gramoxone in with this spray, it just finishes it all off. Make sure that there's nothing growing. It's called a double knock. Roundup first, then gramoxone. Yeah, there's some insecticide there so that when the tiny little Lucerne plants come up, there won't be any bugs to eat it, because bugs love to eat tiny little Lucerne plants. And we spend enough money buying the seed and the chemical and putting it in. We want to protect it as best we can. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Right, so we got this paddock sprayed. There's the nitro there. Dad's out sowing. We had a tree that has died in the middle of the paddock. Dad's been slowly cutting it up for firewood. There's just some sticks around it that are all spread out. So I'm going to take Dad's ute and go and heap them up so that we can sow a bit closer to the tree. So this is only one paddock. There's another paddock further down the back that we're going to do as well, but I'm not going to spray it just yet. We've got this little bit of stuff to do. We've only inoculated enough seed for this paddock. So I'll take over from Dad. Dad will go and inoculate some more seed. And yeah, it's just easier if we do it in a couple of lots, because we didn't know how the day was going to turn out. But so far it's going really good, so we're going to get more done than we thought. Whoop, rabbit hole. Here we go, here's the tree, here's all the sticks. We'll make a pile back in there and then we can sow all of this. There we go, that looks a bit better. We'll be able to sow right in around the tree there now. So that Lucerne will be covering most of the paddock. We're back in the beast. So here's our reminder to keep the tractor under 16 k's an hour till we reach 13,281. Well, we've just reached that. So, goodbye reminder. Thanks Dad for letting me use your jumper for that. Anyway, ag leader's steering us along. We're sowing Lucerne. So, this paddock got sprayed a couple of weeks ago, I think. So you can see it's died out quite nicely. There's a little bit of green there, but as I was saying, it got the double knock, so that will stop that from coming green. But it's going into good moisture, and on the forecast we're going to get some rain this weekend, so it's really getting probably the best start that we could ask for without having a pivot. But yeah, let's hope it grows good. Right, here's the tree that we cleaned the sticks up around, and you'll see we're going right over where the sticks were. Look at that. we wouldn't have been able to sow that bit if we didn't clean it up. Straight back on the lawn. Life's good. All right, we've done a bit. We better check how much is left in the box. Yep, there's still some lucerne seed down there. We're out here having a look at the seeding depth, and yeah, looks pretty good, I'd say. Yuck. Right, so Dad came back and has taken over, or is taking over, back there. Now I'm gonna go and spray the other paddock so that we can sow it in the morning. Well, that's the plan anyway. Here we go, opening up the paddock on the wrong side. Now, there's a bit of a reason for that. And I didn't do it in the last paddock, but I should have. When you're doing a double knock, if you spray it all backwards on the second pass, anything that's covered up one way is uncovered the next, like going the other way. So it's just a way of getting more weeds killed, I think. Anyway, let me know if I'm overthinking it or what. Put a comment down. Alright, so we've just finished spraying and dropped Dad off back at his ute. He brought the tractor down the back to that last paddock. So he's going back there. He's going to sow a bit now. Yeah, heading back home in the nitro. Got to back the truck in the shed and load some more seed onto the back of my ute, ready for inoculating tomorrow and then sowing tomorrow. And yeah, then it'll be knock off time. Truck's in the shed. It's time to go home. Alright, so we made it back to the tractor. We this morning we inoculated some more lucerne seed. This variety is Aurora Lucerne. Yeah, you can see it's inoculated up pretty well. I put one bag up there. Now we've got to get all of them up there to put them in the box. I'll have to zoom in. Oh, there it goes. There's an eagle. There's an eagle's nest up in that tree up there. A big wedge-tail eagle nest. So I don't think I'll be getting the drone up today, given that eagle is there watching over me. But anyway, we might get it out later on. It's going in nice. This is the paddock down the back. It wasn't worked up last year, so it's not going in quite as nice as the paddock at the front, but it's still doing a good job. The dirt's moist. There's rain on the forecast, so yeah, I reckon we're in for a good shot at this. Yeah, I reckon it'll go well, but farmers are always the optimist. We always think it's going to go well until it doesn't. But yeah, anyway, we're still sowing away. so I caved in and got the drone out, but soon as I got it out, one pass and I can see that the eagle is sitting down the other end of the paddock in a tree. So before I go back down that way, I'm going to land the drone because it's too expensive to have an eagle take it out of the sky. Look, there he is, sitting up there in the tree, just keeping an eye on me. I'm glad I didn't have the drone up when I came back this way because I don't think it would have lasted. I reckon would have took fancy to that and knocked it out of the sky. Alright, so I noticed there was a very big gap here. We have lost a time, and I'm happy to report I have found that time. Obviously the bolt that holds it all on must have come out and it's just fallen out. Anyway, these things happen. Here's what it is. We'll fix it up before we do the rest. Alrighty guys, we got her done. She's all finished. But that's not the end of cropping, because we've got another paddock of Lucerne, so way out north. But we've got to do our shearing before then, or we've got to do some of our shearing. Not sure what happened there, the GoPro stopped recording. I said those words and it stopped again. But anyway, we're gonna go up on the hill up there because we've got something else happening today. Alright, so we're up here on the hill. You can see the paddock that we've sown. And I've got a setup here. It's pretty fancy. Anyway, this is what we're doing. Doing a thing called Farmer Time, where it's a Zoom call, but I'll be talking to some kids in classrooms around Australia. So for National Science Week, they asked me to do this ages ago. I said, yep, for sure. I'd be more than happy to do that. So yeah, it's all about to go down. 5 minutes it starts, and see how it goes, I guess. I'm pretty keen on it. It'd be cool to teach some kids about our wheat growing program. Alright, we got that done. That was really cool to do, to talk to all those kids about our wheat production on our farm. It was so weird on Zoom. I'm still not used to Zoom because it's such a one-sided conversation. But anyway, it was good fun, and yeah, really enjoyed doing it. So if you've come to this channel, to my channel, from this Farmer Time Zoom meeting, I'd like to welcome you. Thanks for coming along, and yeah, I hope you enjoy what you found. Now we're just heading out north, and we've got to go and get the sheep in, ready for shearing tomorrow.